morning, guys. So as promised, I'm going to make a really short, quick video on some of the stuff we're going to need to start a cup and get it done. We're going to make a very simple 2-color ombre cup. We're going to get the basics down, and I figure that once you get the basics down, if you are like me, then you can branch out and try to do other things. So I'm going to go through some of the stuff we're going to do. And that you're going to need. I'm going to try to give you some places that you can get it from, and I'm going to try to give you some options to use. Now, as I said before, I am not a professional. I have not been doing this for 20, 30, 5, 10 years. I've only been doing it for just about a year and a half now. But I do want to share some of the things that I've learned. I'm still learning, and hopefully we can learn from each other when we do things. It's even good when we make mistakes and we share the mistakes that we make, because that'll help other people, and maybe some other people can help you figure it out. So hopefully, I'm just hoping that when we do our live, we can just have fun together and discuss some things and ask questions and work together on what we're doing. So let's get started with some of the things you're going to need. So I'm going to start out with the simple stuff, which is you're going to need paint. And for this ombre, you're going to need, I would start out with either a black or a white, and that's for your base coat. Most of the time I use white for my base coat, and this is a white spray paint that I've been using that I got from Walmart. Guys, it's 96 cents. Normally I use Rust-Oleum 2 times, which is $3.96, but I've been trying this from Walmart. It works really well. So if you want to save money, try this one. Okay. The next thing you're going to need is the Rust-Oleum Gloss Clear Coat. This is $3.96. So you are definitely going to need this, because it's going to help us hold our paints to our glitters in place. All right. You will definitely need some epoxy. This is the epoxy that I use. Is from Little Lee and Rose, but you can use any epoxy that you want to. Now, what I would suggest is, like me, when you're first starting out, if I would go to Michael's until you decide what you like, what you want to use. If you don't want to spend a whole ton of money, I would go to Michael's. I would get a small bottle of their like Envirotex or something like that, because you can use a coupon. You can decide if you like the process. You can decide if you like what you're doing, and you won't have lost a lot of money if you decide it's not for you. All right. Okay, I'm just moving things as I come up off of them. Another thing you're going to use, guys, these you can get from the dollar store. A lot of stuff I use, I get it from the dollar store. This is electrical tape. I use electrical tape on some things because it's easier to hold down, and you will need this when you're doing your tumbler. I have 2 different sizes of, painter's tape. You do not have to get this, but you can also get painter's tape from the dollar store. So you can use either electrical tape or painter's tape. I just find in some projects that I'm doing, one is better to use than the other. So that is up to you. But you can also get this definitely from the dollar store or Walmart. At Walmart, this is 50 cents, I believe. I believe it's 50 cents. I believe I got these for 50 cents. At the dollar store, it's $1. At the dollar store, these are $1. At Walmart, they're higher. Okay. You're going to definitely need a knife, and you're going to need a black Sharpie marker. Now, these are stir sticks. These are called stir sticks. I got these. I actually bought mine from Little Lee and Rose, but you can go to Amazon and get them from any place there. This one is a metal one, and this one is a silicone one. I use the silicone because the epoxy doesn't stick to this, and as soon as I'm finished, I clean it up. Both of these I prefer over the popsicle sticks, because they create less bubbles when you have to stir by hand. And we get a lot of bubbles when we stir by hand, sometimes when we stir too fast. So I picked up these because they help with the bubbles. in the epoxy. But you can always use popsicle sticks, whatever you have around. Both of these came from the dollar store, and they were a pack. I think this is a pack of like 50 for $1 or 100 for $1. This is like $1 and you get like 30 or something like that. But you can use both of these if you want to go the cheap route for right now. The next thing you're going to need is, you're going to need some cups. Now, these are just the little plastic 3-ounce cups. I believe they're 3-ounce from, I bought a whole pack of them from Walmart. I do say that you need something clear because you're going to need to see where you're going to come up to, and we are going to mark off on this if these are the cups you're using. This is a little medicine cup. I use, let me turn around this way so you can see. I use these a lot when I am measuring because they have the measurements right here on it. And with most of our epoxies, you have to read the instructions, but with most of your epoxies, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So you need to be, and it's very important that you get the same amount when you're pouring your epoxy. So this is a little measuring cup. You can't use these over again once you mix the epoxy together in it, part A and part B. So I got a few of these because I just discard them. Now you can either use this, you can use this because we can mark it, and you can mark it and you will always be able to see the mark. That's why one of the reasons we have the Sharpie, one of the reasons. Or if you know this is something you're going to do, I would say invest in these. These are silicone cups. And once you mix your epoxy in it, even if you don't clean it out right then, you can let it dry. Once it dries, you just pop it inside out and the epoxy will pop right out. Okay. You are going to need for this project 2 different colors of glitter. Now, I use Recollections glitter. I use expensive glitter. I use all different kinds of glitter. I'm going to suggest to you that for this, unless you already know or used to epoxy in a cup, I'm going to suggest that you get the fine glitter, not chunky. Now chunky it'll have big pieces in it, but I'm going to suggest if you're just beginning, the easiest thing for you to use is the fine glitter. So you can get your glitter from anywhere. This is just a brand that I happen to like. Another thing that I am going to suggest you get, and this is a Dollar Tree glass that I got from Dollar Tree, wine glass. I just practice on, when I'm doing something new, I practice on this, but this is something somebody actually wanted me to make for them. Is from the Dollar Tree. Yeah. And just give me a second to get this out. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to take it all the way out, but right there. This is a paper towel holder from the Dollar Tree. Okay. This is a paper towel holder from the Dollar Tree. Of course, you know it's $1. And under here is a pool noodle. And it's cut down, put over here. This is shelf lining that I got from the Dollar Tree. I wrapped it around to make it a little bit fatter so it would hold this. Then I just held it with some electrical tape. This is what I use as a drying rack. This is what I use as a drying rack to just set my projects up on to let it dry. Or if I'm doing the hang method with epoxy, which, at some point I'll also show you how to do that. I can just put it on here, my project, and I can do the hang method with the epoxy. And if you don't have a turner, which is also what you need, and we're going to talk about that next. If you don't have a turner, you can always make a cup using the hang method. It's just going to take more coats because when you do the hang method, you do it very, very lightly. Okay, so that is, we've got that covered. Let me see what else you need. Oh, okay, so you are either going to need one of these. This is a kitchen torch. I got it off Amazon. And don't be a dummy like me. When you buy the kitchen torch and it comes from Amazon, it does not come with the fluid in it. So you have to buy the fluid. And if anybody doesn't know what that is, you can get it from Lowe's. You can get it from Home Depot. You can order it offline. I will show you how to fill it if you don't know how to fill it. And these are relatively very inexpensive. I paid I think I paid less than, I know I paid less than $15, but I think it was less than 10 that I paid for this. So you can either use this or go to the dollar store until you decide what you really want to do. Go to the dollar store and get a lighter. Okay. And we'll talk about how you use these as we go through. So, okay. So what else? Oh, all right. Now, some of the bigger things you're going to need, baby wipes. Make sure, I buy these by the box. This is a pack that I got from Walmart, but the brand that I really like the Huggies brand, or I like the Costco brand, but I was out. Walmart is like 5 minutes from me, so I went and bought a box of these baby wipes because, I don't know, baby wipes clean up everything when you're messing with epoxy. The next thing you're going to really need is some nitrile gloves. These gloves are the best kind that you can get. Now, they are a little expensive. You can get these from a bunch of different places. The dollar store even sells these, and I think they sell them with about 10 in the pack. So what I do, because these are so expensive, I try to use my gloves over and over again. So once I finish using them, I wipe them off with my baby wipe. But I'm right-handed, so I only put a nitrile glove on my right hand. I use any kind of regular glove, from the dollar store, the clear plastic ones. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. The exam gloves, because they are cheaper. So I'll put this on my left hand because this hand basically doesn't touch the epoxy. My right hand does touch the epoxy, and we need to be safe, guys, because this, using epoxy, you can have an allergic reaction to it. I didn't think I was going to have one at the beginning. I worked for a long time without, I did use the gloves, but I used these on both hands. And I worked for a long time without that or without a mask. And it did, after a while, start to bother me. Now, everybody is not alike, but it is better to be safe than sorry. So I use this on the right hand because I'm right-handed, and I use these on my other hand just because these are so expensive and it will make them go further. Now, it is imperative that if you do epoxy inside your house, that you open up all windows, because you need to have air circulating. If you can do it out, if you don't have a mask, and this is a mask that, this was a painter's mask that I've had for a really, really long time. So I have this one. It is on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. I don't know how much they are now, but I did buy this one from Amazon. And this covers my face, covers my eyes. But honestly, guys, I prefer this one because I wear glasses. And even though I can put my glasses on under this one is hard to get over my head. So I really like this one better because it just covers my face. It just covers my nose, my mouth. And so I'm not breathing in, and you just have to buy new filters for it, change it. But if you don't have this, wear some type of mask and be in a well-ventilated area. I work inside, but I have fans going. I have windows open on both sides. If you can work outside, if you don't have that, I would suggest you do that because you want to be safe. All right. So is there anything else I'm missing? Oh, your spinner, your turner. Now, I made my own turners. It was not hard. Took me about maybe 45 minutes to make. I made 45 minutes. I made this one. I watched a young lady on YouTube, and she basically walks you through how to build your own. If you don't have time to build your own. Oh, and then this is my 4-cup turner right here in front of you. I built that one after I built these, but I like to use the single one more because I can move them around. And from Home Depot with the wood I bought, I actually got 3 turners out of that. But you can buy your own, get them from anywhere. I would suggest, now when I first started out, I did buy the Spin It. I would not prefer that one, but you can try it if you want to. Hobby Lobby also has if I were going to buy one, I would go to Hobby Lobby because they have a better one than the Spin It. So I would use theirs. Or you can go to Amazon, get your spinner off of there. Or like I said, if you cannot, do this or buy one right now, you can still do the hang method. It is just going to take you longer, and it is going to take you more coats of epoxy. But I do like my tumbler things, and I feel like I always want something on it. Okay, so let me make sure I hit everything that was on my list. Oh, sandpaper. Oh, you're definitely going to need sandpaper. So I was just in Lowe's. You need 320 grit sandpaper. I just bought this pack from Lowe's because I was in there. But you can get sandpaper from the dollar store. I use the sandpaper from the dollar store a lot. Simply because it's $1. And if I'm in there, I normally pick up 2 or 3 packs. I can't show you that right now simply because I've used all amount and I'm out. I also got these little sanding blocks from the dollar store. As you can see, this one is well loved and used up. A lot of times now, I like this sanding block, and I will not throw mine away, because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take the sandpaper I buy here, cut it up into strips, fold a strip around here, and it makes it easy to hold when I have to sand something. Now, I think this is the last thing we're going to need, and I'm trying to find it. Did I lose it? Right here in front of me. This is also from the dollar store. This is in the kitchen section. It is a kitchen mat that you cut up things on. You get 2 in the pack. As you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, but this one is well loved and well used. And what I do is I put it right under my turner, and it catches any drippy epoxy or anything like that. This is also a silicone mat right here. And this is one I got from Walmart in the kitchen section. It is $5.97, and it is about 20 inches long. So I have 2 of these. One I just put down to, like this one, to work on top of, to catch anything that I'm working on. When I use it under my turners, I normally cut it in half, because you don't need this whole big thing just for this one little turner. I normally just cut it in half, and I'll use it under there. So guys, again, what we're going to make is a simple 2-color ombre tumbler. Oh, that reminds me, the tumblers. Okay, hold on. Now, let me say this again. If this is your absolute first time, you don't know whether you want to get into this or not, go to the Dollar Tree. And I'm trying to see if I have one over here or if I've used all of mine. Okay, so go to the if you don't know, if you're sure you want to do this, and this is your first one, go to the Dollar Tree. Now, this is one of their coffee mugs at the Dollar Tree. As you can see, I've already put tape on it, spray painted it white. But go to the Dollar Tree and get a cup or mug that you can practice off of. This is the silver part right here, and then it's black here, top here, and it's got a little top on it. When I was first learning, I used everything from the Dollar Tree, and I still make projects from the Dollar Tree. This is a mug from the Dollar Tree that I painted white. I'm going to be epoxy in that. I use this. I use the plastic ones because you can practice on anything. And we use them because once the epoxy cures, it's safe. Okay, as long as you get the FDA approved epoxy, it's safe. So your tumblers. Now, you can order a tumbler offline. You can order from Hog. You can order from wherever. I, a lot of times, just go to Walmart, catch things on sale. This is one that I got from Walmart. I think it was it's an Ozark Trail. If you go to the camping section, a lot of times Walmart puts them on special in the camping section. Let me show you this. Okay. This is a set of 30-ounce tumblers that I got. They were $10 for... It was $10 for both of these. So that means they came out to $5 a piece. And that was because they are discontinuing. So you still might be able to find some of them in Walmart. This is also a Walmart tumbler. So just make sure that if it's a double wall tumbler. So you can use these. I use the Ozark Trail ones all the time when I don't order the Hog tumblers or something like that offline from, let me see, from hog. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think I have hit everything that you're going to need. If there's anything else, we will go over it as we go along, because we're going to have to do this in stages, because we'll have to make sure it dries in stages. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, just leave them down below. Again, I am not a professional. I just want to share. I need some playmates because I'm tired because of COVID of crafting by myself, and my girlfriends can't get up here. All right. So until, I believe I said the 9th, until the 9th, I will be getting back with you so that you know where we're going to actually have our live. Okay? See you then. Bye.